Let's keep it going with some preseason highlights from last night, Ramona. Let's check in on the Cavaliers and the 76ers. The Sixers are hosting the Cavs in this one. Donovan Mitchell making his debut. Darius Garland with a nice little pass to Mitchell. He knocks down the three. Once again, Garland, a little dribble handoff action. This is a partnership I can get used to.
I like that action that they run. I like the pick and roll game that he had with Jared Allen there. It's going to be an interesting fit, though, with Garland and Donovan Mitchell. Garland, obviously, is a point guard, but he did really well when he had Ricky Rubio next to him last year.
Well, the Cavaliers, they were 25th in scoring, I believe, last year, so hopefully Donovan Mitchell can help with that. Let's go to the 76ers side of the ball. Joel Embiid, James Harden, they were making their debuts this season. Joel wasting no time.
I mean, he's not moving fast, and yet he got both guys up in the air there.
I know you know Joel incredibly well. Yeah. You speak with him a lot. What's his outlook for this season?
Look, he was hosting workouts in L.A. for the whole team all summer long. They were widely attended. Thibault was there. Tyrese Maxey was there all the time. He's really excited about having a whole training camp and a whole season with James Harden to get that pick and roll game between those two stars. And he just kept talking about Maxey. This is the guy that the Sixers are so excited about. He's really poised to make a huge jump this year, and he has so far.
Tyrese Maxey was explosive in their first game against Brooklyn, and he held it down once again. What was interesting is that he started alongside James Harden. So as we spoke with Doc Rivers about on the show the other week, how much are they going to be staggering their minutes versus starting together? Something to keep an eye on. Let's check in with Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, you know, a little bit of nerves, I ain't gonna lie, from the start, but, you know, like I said, playing with these guys through camp, the camaraderie we had, we guarded well in the first quarter. We got a little bit away from ourselves in the second, you know, loose balls, you know, 50-50 balls, but all in all, we played pretty solid, moving the ball great on offense. We haven't really had to call too many plays, so that's always a good thing, but, you know, we can, second half, lock in on our defense, and, you know, we can push this lead out and get better. But for me, I'm just happy to play, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a long summer, and I'm happy to play, and it feels good.
And it was nice to see him on the court in that Cavs uniform. So back here with Ramona, Brian Windhorst. So Brian, as our resident former Cavs beat writer here, how do you think the addition of Donovan Mitchell is going to impact this team based on what you saw last night?
Well, you just mentioned it, Malika. They were a bottom 10 offensive team last year. And when they got eliminated in 2 losses in the play-in tournament, they just couldn't generate open shots. Well, I know last night was a small sample size, but they repeatedly were able to generate open shots, and that was without Evan Mobley. He is out for a week or two with a sprained ankle. The issue with the Cavs is they just don't have great size on the wing on defense because Mobley and Allen are good size interior, but when you have Garland and Mitchell, and last night they had Karis LeVert start at small forward, there just isn't a lot of size. So that'll be a season-long fight. But you looked at this game. There were 4 guards starting in this game who all could be all-stars in the Eastern Conference this year. I don't know if they'll all make it because it's a crowded field. We talked about the Hawks earlier, but it was awesome and dynamic to watch these 4 guards, Harden, Maxey, Garland, Mitchell, making plays at both ends of the court. It was great to watch even in the preseason.
You mentioned Maxey, so let's talk a little bit more about the 76ers, Ramona. Who from the Sixers do you have your eye on most? Is it Maxey?
Yeah, Tyrese Maxey. I mean, he has just been, if you took a look at the way he shot the ball as a rookie and his form from then until now, it's like a completely different shot. He has really worked hard on both his mid-range game and his outside shooting. He's gaining so much more confidence day in and day out. And, like, they need him to be the third scorer on this team. I know they obviously have James Harden, Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris can score. But if Tyrese Maxey can consistently be somebody they count on, that is going to change the dynamic of this team. The other guy that I've been told has been a standout on campus, P.J. Tucker. And he's just P.J. Tucker doing P.J. Tucker things. Like, somebody was at the practice the other day and said, you know, I walked by the gym and I couldn't see anything, but I heard 2 voices, P.J. Tucker and Doc Rivers. Like, they both have very distinctive voices. And when you get into it with those 2 guys, like, they have a presence about them. And that relationship with P.J. and Joel is a very interesting dynamic so far. P.J. and Chris Paul had that same kind of vibe when they played together in Phoenix. PJ's a high basketball IQ guy. He's a star in his role. So Joel is a high basketball IQ guy. And they just sit there and talk basketball all day long. And I think it's been an interesting friendship that's developing between those 2.
Well, and Brian, Tim pointed this out on his podcast that as the season came to a close, when Joel Embiid was asked about what went wrong, what did they need, he said he needed to play alongside a guy like P.J. Tucker. And then that materialized for them.
I wonder if that was in their thought process when they said it, considering that Daryl Morey was a proponent that brought P.J. Tucker to Houston those years ago. I think they might have known that he was going to be a free agent, and they just need toughness. You know, one of the big things that's going to differentiate these Eastern teams that we keep talking about, who's going to defend? Is it going to be Brooklyn? Is it going to be Philly? Is it going to be Atlanta? That's why Philly went out and got P.J. Tucker, because they know they need defense, and P.J. knows he's being paid to set a tone, not just play, and he's already doing that.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.